What's going on, Aquarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Aquarius, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey, because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah. I'm really kind of mixing up the dance moves there, Aquarius. So you get, being the last one, you get a little extra. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Aquarius. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump to this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case of y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching Aquarius. Very intuitive group, very great energies that they bring, so I think you'll like them as well. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Oh, interesting. Look at you taking a deep dive, because you got the fourth card of Pisces here, which is Scuba Diver card. And with this card, this is a card of going within, observation, 0 point, self-examination, exploring the unconscious mind, in the void, desire to know, self-reflection, disconnecting, deep thoughts, and subliminal. I like that, Aquarius. So your energy that's coming through here is the going within. And, for a little spell, they're starting to slow down a little bit. But there was a lot of Pisces energy going around, as far as like a lot of moon energy. And I feel like for you, this is a pretty important energy, because one of your rulers, Saturn, is going to be in Pisces for the next 3 years. And Saturn in Pisces is a very spiritual type of energy. Pisces is really, they're borderline psychic, and they're connected with the collective in a way that is, it's deep, Aquarius, and they have an empathy, and there's a compassion there that really is wonderful. And I feel that there is something that really take advantage of this energy to really kind of go within and find who you really are. Where do you, reflect on, like, is this where we're, because I feel that a lot of the times we spend our energies looking for answers outside of ourselves, but where everything is all within, Aquarius. And then, I'm pretty sure I talked about with you last time, but your other ruler, Uranus. Every time I read about, especially in this book I'm reading right now, when it talks about Uranus energy, there's they will talk about how this intuitive energy that's coming through, and I feel like it's those going within and really paying attention to those flashes of inspiration. When you have these, I write this stuff down and really kind of it's seeing where this stuff is truly trying to guide you. Where what we're meant to contribute to this world. And I like this, Aquarius. I feel like this is gonna be a real rich reading. Let's see what's going on here. But hold on. And too, with your ruler being retrograde. Hold on, let's well, with your ruler being retrograde, this retrogrades are an energy of reflection as well. So to be able to reflect in such an intuitive sign, I feel is right. One where we can really plant a lot of seeds there, Aquarius. Hold on, let me, thank you. Let's see what your cards are going on here. Interesting. So you have the Nine of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Prince of Disc, and then the Ace of Disc. And I feel that I feel like for some that there's this energy with the knight. It's interesting with the Prince of Disc. He's the princes are knights in this deck. I feel there is a need to go. It's like paying attention to. It's like when we go within, there's like a divine, like I'm getting almost like there's a divine game plan that's kind of coming up here. There's an energy of something trying to cook up, but I feel that with the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Swords here, that maybe we're in this place where maybe for some we may be kind of doubting this path possibly, or this plan that may have been laid out for you. Could possibly be because of the influences of others, maybe different ideas, different perspectives. We're trying to take in this stuff maybe really to heart here, and or something where, as it's interesting because the nine of swords is it's a pretty intense card, especially in this deck. You know, this is a very card of cruelty, card of like where our thoughts are really sapping away from our energy and they're preventing this motion. You know, it's all because the aces where they can produce abundance and things, but all the aces are is just potential. You know, we have to do something with these aces, and if we're in this place where we kind of are stuck in our heads, it's not that the energies are going to where you won't be able to achieve any abundance or anything, but the energies will slow down. I feel a little bit with the Prince of Disc, and I feel there is this need to kind of check in, especially if we've been in our maybe been kind of stuck in our heads as of later, not really sure where our heart is trying to lead you. Because this is the Five of Swords is one of your cards. This is Venus in Aquarius, and I'm also kind of getting for some that maybe there's a need to kind of maybe share these thoughts. Just thinking with that energy, Venus is very much about the collective and really cares about the freedoms of others and things, and maybe there's this energy of maybe freeing yourself of some of these thoughts and things, and maybe that mental decluttering or something will help. And it doesn't necessarily have to be talking with others, but maybe there's some ideas where we look for. I mean, this could be a number of things. Maybe we think about journaling, or maybe we're looking for, I don't know, find different like people maybe for guided meditations to kind of help us deal with some of these thoughts. Or yeah. Let me get a little bit more on this. Let me get a little bit more on this Nine of Swords here. Thank you. Interesting, Aquarius. So the Nine of Swords. That's very fascinating. The Nine of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and then the Knight of Cups. And we want to be mindful of this, Aquarius, because with the Knight of Cups, and this makes me a little sad, but the Knight of Cups in this deck, these are the kings in traditional tarot, but sometimes with the Knight of Cups, he has a tendency to kind of get lost in, especially when he's feeling some type of intense feelings and things. You know, he can be the knight. He can represent getting into that type of escapist type of energy. You know, he's for me is Pisces energy as well, and Pisces is associated with the 12th house that deals with hidden enemies, and that's not to say that you got people coming after you, Aquarius. Usually our biggest enemy is ourselves, and I feel we want to be careful about letting these thoughts, and you know, where we're paying attention where our head's at, because then that can lead to this place of escapism. With the Seven of Cups is a card of debauchery in this deck, and it's a prelude to a devil moment, and that's intense. And I feel that this is something that we definitely, if there's something that we've been kind of keeping deep down or something along those lines, Aquarius, I feel it would benefit to get some eyes on this stuff, and this could be something where with the Five of Swords, again, this could be a card of perspectives and things, and maybe there have been some opinions that have been coming through, and we just want to, where, you know, it's like I tell you at the beginning, take what resonates with you, leave the rest with them. But, you know, to maybe, you know, just, A very interesting energy here, Aquarius, right? All right, let's get some tea and let's get another oracle on the mix. All right, let's see what else we got here. Interesting. All right, so you have the fifth card of Libras, which is the book burning card. And with this card, this is a card of censorship, silencing, control, discord, canceled, persecute, suffocate, destroyed heritage, limiting freedom, constraint, rewrite history, mind games, and changing the narrative. So the energy that's really kind of coming through here is the silencing, Aquarius. And I feel like for some, if we've been I almost feel like for some, just considering with the Five of Swords being here and this little pocket, it feels that maybe for some, if we've been feeling maybe kind of where it's like our thoughts have been like we've been kept silenced, or you know, been maybe it was like it's either that, like either we've been silenced by someone, or I feel that just with this going within, that there may be something inside that we may be even silencing ourselves, Aquarius. There might be, because with the Eight of Swords, this is like a self-imposed type of prison. It's like something that we like a cage that we've kind of built around something, around ourselves, to keep us kind of trapped in and keeps the energies from really kind of moving. But I feel that if we've been kind of, it's like if we've been kind of, it's getting like a suppressed type of feeling or something along those lines, something that we're something that is like something that we've either been keeping quiet, or there's even something interesting is even coming with the Prince of Disc, where it's like there's a game plan that we're made. Hmm. Hmm. Can you get a little more on that? Let me figure out what that. Yeah. Okay. So the Prince of Disc is clarified by the adjustment card here, Aquarius. And I feel like that maybe for some there's been this energy of something that's been wanting to kind of balance out here. Maybe we felt whatever this little Nine of Swords, pocket Eight of Swords thing, where it's like we know that there's something that's needing to readjust, but the it's like it's not being it's like we're just kind of canceling that thing out. Or maybe this could even be something we may be kind of all right, something. Let's get your justice isn't stand, but let's let me get some tarot on this, get some details. Thank you. And here's one of your cards, Aquarius. Got the Prince of Swords here, and I feel like with the Prince of Swords coming up here, you know, in this deck. The princes represent air, and then the swords represent air. So he's a airy part of air. He's just thinking all the time, and it feels that they're Interesting. And I feel that there may be a need to try to find a way to. It's not necessarily silencing the thoughts. It's more so kind of honing in. It's working through the space of it. It's decluttering it and finding the ones that are really trying to get grounded. But it feels like there's a lot of like background noise that's really kind of keeping things from. Interesting. It's like a lot of that's keeping things from being clear, from really finding out where the source of maybe this adjustment or whatever it is that we may be kind of looking for. Or, yeah, let me get a little bit more on the Prince of Swords. That's interesting. Thank you. Huh. So the Prince of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Disc and the Sun here, Aquarius. And for some, I feel there's this energy of there's like it's an there's some because the Seven of Disc can be a card of about investments, and I feel like a lot of us may be thinking about the things that maybe we're this need of going within. It's just like the things that we've invested in and stuff. Has it really led towards this sense of happiness here, towards the sunlight, and if not, I feel that there's a need because the Seven of Disc in this deck can be a card of failures, but I don't feel like that failure is necessarily not something to be feared. It's, if anything, I feel like the sun is shining a light on something that has been yeah, it's very interesting. It's like this it's like if we've been I'm almost getting the sense of like maybe for some we've been we're feeling about we're there's this fear of failure or something as far as like to achieve this happiness, or whatever that's looking like. Or maybe there's been, it's like maybe there's even been like this energy of not, it's like not necessarily cut off from happiness, but it's just like that where it's it's like it's elusive right now is what it feels like. What's going down, it's like maybe we're still trying to figure out what that means, and how that, in what ways do we shine brightest, or what things can we invest in to bring more of this joy. Let me get one more with the sun. Okay. Interesting. All right, so the sun is clarified by the Emperor, and I almost am getting this energy of, for some, there's a need to kind of look back and maybe at our past failures, maybe, or ways that we might have felt that we failed in some kind of ways, and to not beat ourselves up, but more so use that energy to figure out what can we do to make sure that that doesn't happen again. How do we keep that, because the fact that this did go wrong, that is a nice thing, because that eliminates an option. It's like, okay, we can't how we've been going about it this way, it's not going to work, let's try something different. Let's try it a different path there. But there's like an ownership I even feel with the Emperor kind of being here, and I feel like that could even help kind of solidify this. I think I'm gonna move out of that, Aquarius. I hope that makes some sort of sense, but it's something that I feel it is dealing with this going within, that there's something that is it's some deep questions that we might need to ask ourselves here. But let's get your last card. Thank you. Oh, speaking of Aries here, you got the first card, because the Emperor's Aries. You got the first card of Aries, which is the Diamond card. And I like that, Chris. Look at that. When we went within, and now we're turning the diamonds, because it's a card of creative force, faithfulness, value, perfection, brilliance, commitment, light, purity, esteem, unconquerable force, multidimensional, multifaceted, and invincible spiritual power. And the energy that's coming through here, Aquarius, is the creative force. And I feel that maybe for some, that maybe we've been in a way kind of silencing the creative force within us. Maybe there's been this maybe there's been this type of, and then it's like there's something that may have been controlling this kind of happiness here, Aquarius, with how the Emperor is clarified by the Sun, that something might be restricting that, or something along those lines. There's some and maybe for some, I feel that maybe one way to kind of help maybe this going within is maybe to do more sort of creative type of aspects. Because here's the thing, Aquarius, you really are a sign of, because being the opposite is thinking with the Sun being here, that's Leo's ruler, and Leo's your opposite, and both of you are very inspirational in very different ways. I feel where Leo kind of follows their heart and is about the present moment. You're about those future thoughts and inspiring innovation and things, and that's creative in its own type of way. But I feel it may be, the term creative may feel a little abstract, where it's almost giving me that there's this sense of that things keep coming back to the Emperor, and not just because it's Aries, but it's like it's this sense of that there's things have been very rigid, maybe in how we've been tapping into like the creative force or something along those lines, and there's a need to more so, because like how I was saying, the Prince of Swords, air, just air all day. Air is, I feel like that's the trick with air, because like just because it deals with the mind, a lot. I hope you get buying what I'm selling right now. It's like the words are like right there, but it's let me let me get some tarot on this. All right, last little bit here, Aquarius. Interesting. All right, so you have the Three of Swords, the Prince of Wands, the Princess of Cups, and then the Priestess. And let's switch back over here, Aquarius. Because whatever's kind of going on here, Aquarius, throughout this reading, I've gotten like little random bits of my sun signs in Cancer, so I'm feeling all the time, Aquarius, but there was this sense of just like random bits of sorrow throughout this, and I feel if we've been in this energy of kind of like melancholy and things, I feel like some ways to maybe kind of help heal that is to, I feel like, to express those, finding ways to let those kind of feelings out, because where you may be, you know, just even thinking about that too, because you do share that with Capricorn, and I feel that that ability to be able to kind of shut the emotions off when you need to, and where that can be beneficial when you do need to get stuff done, and you do, there is a balance that comes with that, and I'm telling Capricorn that all the time. There's that balance with that, and I tell Cancer that too. You know, where we are emotional, it is, but it's, I feel like with the priestess being here, Cancer's ruler, the moon, there's a need to just like, in order, I feel like, to tap into those intuitive abilities, there is a need to, in that creative force, it's finding ways to express that, finding ways that you can, because the Knight of, oh, look at that, you got three of a kind here with the princess here, but the Prince of Wands, you know, he's one that really does kind of follow his heart. Is all about the fun, the adventure, Leo energy, very much about, I don't know, being in his kind of creative energy there. And I find that we do even some of our best work, you know, when we're are kind of in those states of, because then you're really allowing this sense of this vulnerability to kind of come through. It's kind of what's, hmm. It's very interesting, Aquarius, but I do feel that the priestess, there is a, I don't know, there is this, it's like there's a connection that's happening, like a deeper, the more you learn about yourself and the more that you, I feel like like, mm, it feels like it's like it's a lot of it feels like there's just some internal stuff that's needing to happen here, Aquarius. Hmm. Yeah, they're not letting me get any more. So I'm gonna leave that there, Aquarius. But this does feel that there is a need to kind of tap into, especially with the ruler being in Pisces for the next few years. Really connect within and tap into that intuitive side. However, that when we, as we start learning about these things about ourselves, it's, hmm. I am gonna leave that there, Aquarius. But I hope that that made sense. That was very, very, very fascinating. But if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this share this if you know someone who's maybe, I don't know, it's like it's this energy of like maybe just maybe been feeling a little disconnected as of late, or really kind of been stuck in our heads, or maybe even been in this like sort of like just sort of escaping from it's very interesting. But share this. I'm about to get back to your reading and tell all these emperors to subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified on all these. I think I just said that to Capricorn too. I'll be notified on all these videos each week. And then I'm on oh, and then last thing, look at you getting Cancer's ruler, like you want to come over to my other channel. Not that you need her, but if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Chariot then, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday. We discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. I like that. Because you have the Six of Wands here, Aquarius. And I do feel like that's where these energies are trying to lead you to with the Six of Wands. But the thing about the Six of Wands, where it is a card of victory, it doesn't talk about, you know, sometimes I feel we can get so focused on like the happiness and the, you know, what that's going to look like, the future, that we forget that there's sometimes that it's, when we get to the present, you know, that we got to work towards that. And I feel that it's that effort, that perseverance, that drive, that energy that's needed to, it's like giving me this, it's like giving me a sense of just like appreciating the journey along the way with the Six of Wands. That even the big wins, the small wins, because even with like the more kind of negative energies or the lessons we go through, like we was talking with the Sun, it came out with the Seven of Disc, and sure we may have had past failures, but that just again it shines some light. It creates this wisdom, this into we develop a more like a stronger like intuitive insight. We learn to trust our instincts more. Like, let me get your oracle. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. Quit. Alright, a quit. I love that. So you got the hands card. Higher self's been being very generous as of late. You got the hands card here, and then you have the create card, hands card upright, and then the create card in reverse. And just how we're talking about you being a creative force there, Aquarius. I feel that there is a need to. There's something that we're needing to tap into. That is. Yes, I feel like, hands, it could be literally working with your hands, however that's looking, but I feel like it's tapping into an energy that's less external and more kind of internal here, like it almost, it's a need to, like, it's like we're using finding these sort of like creative outlets, however that may be looking, in order for us to tap into a higher sense or something along those lines here. And I feel that finding ways that you can, when we say creativity, it can be art, it can be you can be creative in math. How I don't work with numbers, so I would love to hear that. And then that too help taps into that uniqueness. But yeah, I feel that there's something where it's like it's reaching past the tangible. There, and I feel like too, it's almost like it's like a. I'm even getting an energy of just like you're more than what you think you are, Aquarius. Like there's this more, as you learn about yourself. I think I'm gonna leave that there. This is a lot of Aquarius that you bring in, but you stay safe out there. Yeah, you stay safe out there. These thoughts, and because you did get some pretty tougher energies coming through. So raise your vibration to the roof, Aquarius. Maybe do something creative. Maybe do some recreation. Maybe do, I don't know. Maybe we're working. Princess of Cups. She's a very giving figure. Maybe we're working with the community. You are a sign of the collective. That'd be a great way to connect with people or something along those lines, Aquarius. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.